Okay, so today we will be discussing on the architecture during the Sultanate period, and mainly we will focus on the verbal assignment of week 2 and visual assignment of week 2. So I think no one is here still, so I will wait for 5 minutes and then I'll start. So now start the assignment. The first question says the architecture of Sultanate Bengal is characterized by the use of, the options are brick, stone, timber, or all of the above. So what should be the answer? Anyone please? What should be the right answer for this? This is the first question of uh, verbal assignment 2, week 2. So now just see. All you have seen the Sultanate Bengal style of architecture, I hope. So in that style, you might have uh, gone through the chapters also as well as the lecture that they used stone as the foundation pillars. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So, based on that information, what should be the answer of this question? Can anyone tell the most unique feature of architecture style of the Bengal Sultanate? The most unique feature. If you remember this, you will get the answer of this question. I hope you all have submitted this, so you must be knowing. Anyone, please? Yeah, Vijit Kadam was saying something. Abhijit? Okay. So the most unique feature of Bengal Sultanate was that they used stone in the bottom as a base. Okay. And on those stone foundations or stone bottoms, they used brick to raise the structure, right? And there was no use of timber at all. So the answer of this question should be first brick. Okay. So should be the answer of this question. Now come to the second question. That is, Timurid influence on the Sultanate architecture of India was in the form of. So here, the first question is like, who was Timurid? Who was from where this Timurid word came from? Any one of you can answer this? From where this Timurid word came? Tej, Abhijit, Jayesh, anyone? Pallavi, can anyone tell from where this word Timurid influence came? Timurid came. So this word Timurid came from Timur, Timur Lang. So he was the ruler in the Middle East, Iran, and nearby areas. So in Iran, they their style was that they use different proportions. They use decorative tiles, mainly blues and magenta, sometimes red and yellow also. But this bluish color, this was more prominent. So they used different kind of tiles. The buildings were made with perfect proportions. They laid more emphasis on proportions, on color schemes. So now we know that all these three forms, all these three forms can be seen due to the influence of Timurid style on Sultanate architecture of India. Because uh, in the Sultanate architecture, people from right from the starting, that is from Ghurid time, people came from Afghanistan and nearby area, Iran and all. So that influence was very evident. So no, so the answer of this question should be all of the above. That is proportions as well as color schemes as well as use of decorative tiles. So all of this. Now let's move to the third question. That is Port of Bidar was built by. Can anyone answer this? See, it becomes really very boring to just speak, and you people don't uh, reply. Okay, Abhijit Kadam. Abhishek, can you tell the answer of this question? The port of Bidar was built by.
The Bahmani Sultanate. The fort of Bidar was built by the Bahmani
So, how you
Sultans.
came to this answer? Where is Bidar?
Bidar is the
In which state in present India? In which state Bidar is? Okay, let's assume you don't know the answer of this question. You just know where this Bidar, this place is located.
Sultan.
Yeah, it's right. Bahmani Sultan is the right answer. So let's just assume that you don't know the perfectly that this port of Bidar was built by Bahmani Sultans. You just know where this Bidar is located. So can you come to the
Karnataka state.
Karnataka state? That's right. So if you know that Bidar is in Karnataka, can you come to the right answer? Coming to right answer is an art also. Like in case of these multiple type questions, you have to remove the wrong answers. If you are able to remove the wrong answers, you will automatically get the right answer. So the first option is Sultans of Gujarat. So obviously, if you know that Bidar is in Karnataka, so there are very less chances that it will be built by Sultans of Gujarat. And if you know the style of Gujarat, Sultans of Gujarat, and you know how Fort of Bidar looks from picture, then also you will know that the style of Sultans of Gujarat was totally different than the styles of those who built Fort of Bidar. Am I right? Huh? So why Bahmani Sultans why they built fort at Bidar? Why Bidar was so important for them? Actually, Bahmani Sultans made Bidar their capital due to its geopolitical location. It was very strategic point. When you go to the geographical map of India, you will also find why this Bidar was very important for the Bahmani Sultans and why they made this their capital. So the answer of this question is Bahmani Sultans. I think all of you have submitted the assignment, so you all will be knowing the answer. But here, I just uh, we will just discuss what all other options, how this they can be uh, neglected, and how we can come to the right answer. So the next question is hammams were lit and ventilated by. So what are hammams? That is the first question. Anyone can please explain what are hammams? See, if you explain, then you will only learn how to be expressive and all, because things are always in mind. You know things, but when you explain something, that makes your concept clear, or makes your whatever you remember in your mind, whatever you remember, that becomes very strong after expressing. So please, anyone can they explain hammams? There is a hammam soap also, I think, in the market. Anyone, please? Tej, Jayesh, Santosh, Pallavi, anyone? So hammams are generally a great bath. During Sultanate periods, they build hammams. So when you go to Daulatabad, I will find a big hammam there. It's a very catching element of Daulatabad fort. When you see the pictures of that fort, or you must have gone through the lectures there, sir has taught how these baths were created and how uh, arrangement for both hot and cold water was there. Even for personal bathing also there were units. So how they were lit and ventilated by? Suppose you just know what are hammams. You don't actually know how they were lit and ventilated. So based on logic, in a place like hammam, how one will provide features for ventilation and lighting? What is the most crucial thing they must consider while providing facilities for lighting and ventilation in a place like hammam? Can anyone tell? Suppose you have been uh, told to design a hammam. So obviously that won't be a dark closed entity. So how will you provide a light and ventilation in a public bathing space? Not artificial light, I'm saying. Obviously that time there were no provision for artificial lighting. They can be, but that will consume fuel. So without using fuel or artificial sources, how will you provide lighting or ventilation? So the most crucial thing which you should consider is privacy. There must be privacy in public bathing space, not individual privacy, but from those who are not in that space, who are not using that space. So the first option says small openings in the roof. Okay. The second option says large windows on the back wall. Okay. The third option says artificial ventilation and light. So obviously artificial ventilation and light that were not used because that will consume fuel and all, and it's not feasible also. Other option is large windows on the back wall. Providing large windows that will totally expose the bathing area. So that is also not logical. And then the only option which remains is small openings in the roof. This looks logical. By providing a small openings in the roof, and there is no one, there is not a way to access the roof area. So that looks logical that by providing a small openings in the roof, the hammams can be lit and ventilated properly. Okay. So the answer is small openings in the roof. Now let's come to the next question. The Great Mosque of Daulatabad. So now here it is written now called the Bharat Mata Mandir. So can anyone tell why this is now called the Bharat Mata Mandir? Anyone please? Why it is called now the Bharat Mata Mandir? When you see the picture of Great Mosque of Daulatabad, so in the area of Great Mosque, there are different pillars, and those pillars have elements similar to the elements which we found in different temple architecture of that region. So historians and archaeologists, they on their investigation found out that it was built after dismantling a old Hindu temple complex. Okay, so that's why now after this finding it has been termed as the Bharat Mata Mandir. So the options are for this question is a complete break in architectural traditions of the region. Second option is a continuity of architectural traditions of the region. Third option is the movement of artisans from Gujarat, and then the arrival of masons from the Delhi Sultanate. So we all know that uh, the fort of Dolatabad is famous because it has been occupied by rulers of different dynasties. There were four main rulers who occupied this fort of Dolatabad. Can anyone tell uh, who were those four dynasties? In lecture, you might have gone through this question. The four dynasties who ruled fort of Dolatabad. So, from starting, it was ruled by Yadavas. Then, after Yadavas, Tughlaqs came. After Tughlaqs, Bahmanis came to that fort, and then Nizam Shah. So, it was continuously being upgraded right from the advent of Yadavas. Around 800 years of history it has, from Yadavas up to Nizam Shah rule. So it was continuously being upgraded, improved. I'm just writing it here. Uh, what were the who were those rulers? Oh, Yadavas, Tughlaqs, Bahmani, and Nizam Shah. So when you see that uh, it was being occupied by different dynasties at different period of a time, so obviously they all have different styles, they all have different traditions. So it was very obvious that they will implement their traditions and styles whenever they rule that fort. So from this uh, thing you get to option number two, that there was a continuity of architectural traditions of the region. Okay, so the right answer for this question will be a continuity of architectural traditions of the region. So there are different areas in that great mosque of Daulatabad. The outer fencing of the Daulatabad fort is called Amber Court, and the inner fencing. Can anyone tell the name of the inner fencing of fort of Daulatabad? Outer was Amber Court, and what was the name of inner fencing of the Daulatabad fort? Anyone, please? So the inner fencing was called Mahakot walls. And inside Mahakot, there was Kalakot. That is the most interior part of the fort. Inside Mahakot only, this great mosque of Daulatabad was located. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. The Chand Minar was built in which place? A. Delhi, Bidar, Daulatabad, and Golconda.
Daulatabad.
So where this Chand Minar was? In Daulatabad?
Is built by Qutbuddin Aibak.
No, I'm asking where it was there, located in Daulatabad.
Daulatabad is Maharashtra and
No,
his
no, no, no,
district is Aurangabad.
no, no. I'm asking in Daulatabad, at which place it was located? Chand Minar in Daulatabad.
Which place?
Yeah, in Daulatabad. Right now, I just told these three fencings: Kalakot, Mahakot, and Amberkot. So inside which periphery this Chand Minar was located? Anyone, please?
It is in state of Maharashtra.
No, no, I'm not asking where is Daulatabad located. I'm asking in the fort of Daulatabad, there were three peripheries. Can you tell the name of those peripheries, those boundaries, demarcated areas? Rulers from different dynasties during different period of time, they expanded the region of Fort of Daulatabad. Initially, it was small. They built different peripheries around the fort to increase its fortification, to make it impregnable. So finally, there were three crucial peripheries of that fort, three boundaries. I'm asking, inside which periphery Chand Minar was located? You all know those three peripheries. Can anyone repeat that? I just discuss it with you all. So someone was saying that it was built by Qutbuddin Aibak. So why you told Qutbuddin Aibak built this uh, Charminar? Who was saying Qutbuddin Aibak? Actually, this Chand Minar was located near the mosque. Okay, and this mosque was inside the periphery of Mahakot walls. So the Minar was also located inside the periphery of Mahakot walls. And Chand Minar was not built by Qutbuddin Aibak. it was the most famous work of Bahmanese rulers. And Alauddin Bahmani built this Chand Minar to replicate Qutub Minar. There was also a victory tower, and Chand Minar was also built as a victory tower. Okay, so all of you understood what are the three boundaries inside the fort of Daulatabad, or is there any doubt? Okay, I hope everyone understood. So now let's move to the next question. The water, the water distribution technologies of the sultanates, and these are the options. They allowed cities to be sited far away from flowing water. They comprised of pipes and conduits. They used important technologies like canals. And last is all of the above. So what should be the answer? Anyone, please. You all have submitted this, I think. So anyone just answer this question. So when you see the distribution technologies of the sultanates, so they brought this technologies from their uh, original area region, like Afghanistan, Iran, and all areas nearby. So in those areas, there were very scarcity of water. There was too much scarcity of water. So that scarcity forced them or inspired them, or it was the need of the hour to develop technologies to use water very precisely, like for optimum use of water, whatever sources they have. So they brought those technologies in India also, in the regions they ruled. So there were conduits, they built pipes, uh, and the technology was called as canals. In those canals, the water was transported using animals from a well or source of water throughout. So all these three options, they are right. So the right answer is all of the above. Okay. Now next move to the next question. The defense features of the fort of Daulatabad included: first is wild animals, second is thorny hedges, and third is dark tunneled passages. And fourth is mines. So what should be the right answer? Can it be wild animals? Anyone? And if not, why it should not be? Why should we neglect wild animals? This option. Can anyone tell? As you all know that there were three peripheries, Amberkot, Mahakot and Kalkot. So before these boundaries, before these fortifications, there was a very unique feature they used to make fort more impregnable, like more defensive. What is what was that element which they used? They used moat. So they created a depression before the fort, and then automatically that become a highland kind of space. So if you see, this is the boundary. They created depression of this type. So this was the ground surface, and this was the depression. So this was created to protect fort from cannons and all. So when they fire some cannon from this region, it will automatically go above the boundary. Like this, that projectile won't hit the wall of the fort. So this was one of the features, but it is not listed here. Some people assume that in the moat near Kalakot, they filled it with water. So there might be some crocodiles or some poisonous snakes in that water, which will protect fort from attack. But that is just imagination. That won't be. So wild animals can't be the option. Another option is thorny hedges. No, they didn't use thorny hedges. That was not a defense feature of Fort of Daulatabad. And even thorny hedges can't be that much reliable for defense of your fort. And then the third option is dark tunneled passages. So yeah, they used dark tunneled passages, but at what place they use dark tunneled passages? So when you go, like this is the Amber Court, this is the Mahakot, and at this portion, this is the Kalkot. So from Mahakot to Kalkot, when you go, actually Kalkot is located on a hill, and that hill is parched. So to go to Kalkot, on the top of the Kalkot, there are different dark passages, like a cave. So they build those dark tunnel passages because those who don't know how to use that passage, they won't enter into that. And when if they enter also, it's not sure that they will reach to the actual place where they want to go. So yeah, that was one of the most important defense feature of Fort of Daulatabad. Now the next question is, the Mosque of Sidi Sayyid is best known for, first, its large size, a very big dome, or ornamental screens, or courtyard. So first of all, anyone please tell me where this Sidi Sayyid Mosque is located. Sidi Sayyed Mosque is located in.
It is located in Ahmedabad.
Okay, right. So why this is famous? Why this mosque of Sidi Sayyed is famous?
Uh, because of that ornamental screen,
So when you say ornamental screen, what image comes in your mind?
like a tree structure.
Yeah, and where you saw the tree structure, which logo of a very eminent uh, college made that figure famous?
Indian Institute Management of Ahmedabad.
Yeah, right. So if you see the logo of that college, I am Ahmedabad, you will find that ornamental screen with a big tree and it creepers going on and on and on. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this ornamentation, these ornamental screens, they were the features of people of that region, or it was imported from the region from where these rulers came, like from Afghanistan or Iran. Whose style was this? Was it a local feature of local artisans, or it was imported from Afghanistan or Iran or Middle East, whatever? Can anyone tell?
From Iran or
Mm,
from Afghanistan, sorry. From Afghanistan.
no, no, it was not imported. It was the art of local artisans only. And Gujarat, this Jali work, this screen work is very famous. If you see the mosques and other structure of that era in Gujarat, you all have gone through that lecture. When you find impressions of Jain and Hindu architecture on even on pillars in mosques also. If you go back and look at the pictures of those mosques, am I right? Okay. So the right answer is ornamental screens. Now next, let's move to the next question. The Sultans of Gujarat patronized an architectural vocabulary that derives from. Just now I discussed this. What will be the answer of this question? Anyone, please?
Hindu and Jain temples.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right, right. So that was influenced by Hindu and Jain temples. So I hope this assignment is clear to all now. Any doubt, anyone?
No.
Okay, so let's proceed to the next assignment, that is visual one. So first question, which uh, structure is this? I hope you all have submitted. Anyone, please.
Is first Ahmedabad.
So, why, how you came to this conclusion that this is a mosque located in Ahmedabad, not in Delhi, Daulatabad, or Gulbarga? Please tell me how you came to this conclusion. First of all, what is a Jami mosque? Why some mosques are called Jami, and why at every place this name is given Jami? So those mosques uh, where there is a very big open space or even closed one space for gathering to offer namaz or prayers, whatever. That mosque is called Jami Mosque. So how you came to know that this mosque is in Ahmedabad? Please tell me any one of the unique feature of this mosque which says that yeah, I am from Ahmedabad and I was built at Ahmedabad during that period. Which is that? What is that feature? Anyone, please? So when you see these pillars closely, can you see these pillars? Can you find some similarity with any previous style which you have gone through? So when you see these pillars, you can see these ornamentation, these horizontal layers, which is similar to the style of Jain temples, as well as some Hindu temples also. And this style was prominent in the region of Gujarat during Sultanates of Gujarat period. So the right answer is Jami Mosque, Ahmedabad. Okay. Now, which temple is this? Anyone, please? Anyone can tell the style of this temple, of this Garbhagriha?
Umita
Yeah, right. And what is the style of this mandapa? And what is the style of this smaller Sikra Garbhagriha? Anyone, please tell what is the style of this mandapa?
It is a style of Dravidian style.
Yeah, but there is a precise style also. It's Dravidian only. You can tell Dravidian, but there is a style. In previous assignment, you must have gone through that style. So this is the Famsana style. Anyone remember Famsana style? There was a question also regarding this. There was a question in the previous assignment where all these styles were there: Latina, Cotina, Bhumija, Sikra, Sekri, and Famsana. So there was an option for Famsana also. Generally in North India, uh, in some in places they mix it with Bhumija and other Latina styles. They use Famsana style for Mandapa generally. In Lingaraj temple, you must have seen that thing, that the Mandapa is in Famsana style, and the Garbhagriha and all these are in Latina style. Okay, so the right answer is Gondeswara temple, Sinnar. There is nothing much to say in this. So let's move to the next question. So what is this? Is this a Dead Sea Scroll or Topkapi Scroll or Lost Gospel or Indian Craft Manual? Anyone please tell what is this? You all have submitted your assignment because on it only you had to submit this second week assignment also, right? Okay, so this is Topkapi scroll. Okay, this scroll was used by the workmen during the Sultanate period. When you see the Ivan facade, and even not only for buildings, it was being used for bookmaking also, painting also, architecture work, for tile work also. So there were different modular system provided in that scroll based on geometry, scale, and all. There were different scholarly treatises. So Berkman used those geometry scales in different proportions to to use in bookbinding or painting or tile work, and when that scale is increased, that that were also used in buildings. They played with grid and symmetry. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. Yeah, so where this thing is located? Oh, I already have mentioned something. Yeah, anyone please tell where this feature is located? Anyone please? What you all can see in this picture? You can see freestanding pillars reminiscent of Hindu related temples, Hindu architecture, temple architecture, and far away you can see this dome like a mosque, and behind the mosque you can see this small hill. So how can it be? There are temple pillars and then there is a mosque. How is it possible? So when you have read about the fort of Baghdad, you might remember that the mosque was built after dismantling a Hindu temple. So yeah, this is that place only, the Jami Mosque at the fort of Daulatabad. So again, can anyone tell in which periphery in the fort of Daulatabad this mosque is located? There are three peripheries: Amberkot, Mahakot, and Kalkot. So inside which court this mosque was located? Quickly, can anyone tell? Dr. M. Jyoti, can you tell? Santosh, Vaishnavi, Pranav, Jayesh, Pallavi, Karthik, Tej. Can anyone tell, please? Inside which periphery this was located? This is located. Okay, so this was located inside Mahakot. That was inside Amberkot. And inside Mahakot, it was Kalakot after the mosque. Okay, now let's come to the next question. Where is this place located? Palace of Bahmani Sultans, is it? in Bidar, or palace of Gujarat Sultans in Champaner, or a mosque in Bidar, or a madrasa of Mahmud Gaban at Bidar? Which place is this? Can you see the most important feature of this building through which you can identify which building is this? Or can anyone tell what is that important feature which which makes it identifiable? Can you see the tile work on the top? Those bluish and somewhere green white, those tiles. Uh, Guys, can you see my screen? Dr. Jyoti is not able to see my screen. Can you see? Can anyone else? Anyone tell if they are able to see my screen? Please.
Yes.
It's visible, no? Dr. Jyoti, are you able to see now? Okay, okay, thank you. So you can see the tile work on the top. So of which style this tile work was a very crucial feature, a very uh, important feature of which style, of which style? In the option you have Bahmani Sultan, Gujarat Sultan, Bidar, and then Mahmud Kaban at Bidar. So if you have to neglect any option, remove any option, which option will you remove from this option, from these options? Obviously, the palace of Gujarat Sultans. This can't be. Am I right? Because at Gujarat they were influenced by Hindu and Jain temples, and in this structure you can't see even a single feature of Hindu or Jain temple architecture. Okay, so yeah, it can be a palace of Bahmani Sultans because of tile work. It can be a mosque in Bidar or a madrasa of Mahmud Gaban at Bidar. So then you have to know precisely. So this is the fourth option is the correct one. The madrasa of Mahmud Gaban at Bidar. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. So I hope everyone knows which monument is this. Anyone please tell the right answer.
Chand Minar.
Chand Minar, right? And where it is located? At Daulatabad. Inside which boundary of the fort?
Amberkot.
Amberkot or Mahakot?
Amberkot.
Okay. So what is the feature which makes it little identical to Qutub Minar? What is that feature? Who answered Qutub Minar right now? Chand Minar?
Vaishnavi.
Yeah, Vaishnavi. So can you tell what is that feature which makes it little
And the balcony, like that.
yeah, that overhanging balconies which you can see.
Yeah.
In Qutub Minar also you can see that is not that much prominent like this, but yeah, there were that feature also. So in this monument also they tried to replicate that, but they replicated by their own style only, and both were a symbol of victory, victory tower. Actually, when you go through or when you read history, there are different opinions. Okay, so different they are different groups of historians, and they have their vested interest or whatever. So they all have a particular perspective to tell the history of a place or a building or something. Okay, so always whatever is written or is there in the history book or whatever source you go through, if that has an archaeological evidence, so based on those evidence you can make a story. There can be different interpretations also, like when you saw that during a temple architecture course week, you saw that uh, different Asokan pillars and monuments during Asoka, they have influence of Hellenistic region, Greek influence. So there are sources. Historians first went through Greek architecture, and then they read about uh, Mauryan architecture or architecture in that era. So based on that, they developed their ideology. But it's not true, correct to say that yeah, that is completely right. There can be other way around also. Like it is possible that Greek people are influenced by Indian style. You cannot ignore that possibility. So I am telling this thing here is because there can be different interpretations of what you see, what archaeological evidence says. So it's okay, it's good to know whatever is written in the book, but you should, whenever you read history or history of any kind, modern, ancient, whatever, history of any kind, when you read history, you read different opinions, opinions of different historians, historians of different ideologies, different sects, different schools also, different schools of thought, and then you come with your own interpretations based on the evidence. Okay, so I uh, discussed all these things because regarding Qutub Minar, there are some uh, historians who think that that structure was not even built by Qutbuddin Aibak or people after that. After even not Qutbuddin Aibak didn't build that completely. He started building it, but after uh, his demise, his son-in-law Iltutmish, he completed that structure. It is written in the history books, or historians say it happened like this only. But there are some evidences also which says that no, that building was not built by Kutubuddin or Iltutmish. That was a Hindu pillar only, built by some king, I don't remember the name, and that was called Sakti Stambh also. So yeah, based on evidences, you can have interpretations, and there should be open discussion regarding that. Okay, so let's move to the next question. So, which building is this? Can anyone tell? So I'll just record the remaining question. This is Atala Mosque, Jaunpur. You can see the brickwork here, and these arches, and it cannot be a Jami Mosque from Aurangabad, because at Aurangabad you have different style. In Maharashtra, Kali Mosque Patna, it's of totally different style, and gateway to the Mahalakshmi temple, that has also different style. You can see the pictures of this image later. Now in the eighth question you can see uh, these bases of the building. These are made of stone. ये stone का बना हुआ है, और उसके ऊपर जो सुपर स्ट्रक्चर है उसमें ब्रिक वर्क किया गया है. So this brickwork above the stonework, from this style, you can tell that this building has been made in Bengal during Sultanate rule. So the right answer will be building in Bengal in 14th century. Now this is the ninth question. Uh, Here you can see the dome. It has it is made of marble, and nowhere else you can see the building made from marble stone and all, and uh, the walls are made from brick, or I think it's red sandstone. So red sandstone, that building material was very prominent in Delhi region.
Yes, sir.
सो ये जो रेड सैंडस्टोन है और इसके ऊपर जो डोम बना है वो मार्बल का है. सो रेड सैंडस्टोन एंड यूज ऑफ मार्बल. थ्रू दिस यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस इज मेड at a place near Delhi or in Delhi. So the only option which has Delhi is tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq at Delhi. So the right answer is this. So the last question is which place is this? First option is Elephant Stables at Vijayanagar, Palace of the King of Vijayanagara, or Fort of Bidar, or Jami Mosque at Bijapur. So this you have to keep in mind. You can see this field of mud everywhere, and you can see a small gateways, not small really, it is of big size. You can see humans here, and from that you can get an idea of the scale of this building. So these are huge openings, and these are in rows. continuously. So if you have some idea of stable, you can say that yeah, this is an elephant stable of Hampi. Hampi is a famous region near Vijayanagara that has Hampi ruins. So the right answer for this question will be elephant stables at Vijayanagara.